By the mid-18th century, the world still ran on the power of horses. Factories were weak, production was slow. But one day in the peaceful landscapes of Scotland, a young instrument maker saw the future of humanity among pieces of metal. He realized that steam didn't just lift a kettle, it could drive an entire empire. Watt didn't just improve an engine, he changed the rhythm of time, the power of work, and the course of history. His name now lives on in every home as a word that measures electrical power. Watt. And this man was the one who ignited the hidden flame of the Industrial Revolution. Fact 1. Birth. In 1736, on the misty shores of Scotland, in the small port town of Greenock, a weak and sickly baby was born. His name was James. Doctors and neighbors doubted he would live long. He was so fragile that even standing in daily life was a struggle. But fate had other plans. This frail child would one day become a symbol of the power that would move the world. As a child, James would carefully watch the steam rising from the boiling kettle at home. He could feel the strength in every drop, the energy in every wisp of steam. Had someone said at that time that this sickly boy's name would one day become the unit for measuring power, everyone would have laughed. Yet James Watt combined the strength of his mind with his weak body, and history was changed. Fact 2. James Watt, the instrument maker. At a young age, James Watt was very frail, yet his hands were as precise as iron. He became known as an instrument maker, crafting small, delicate devices that worked so perfectly, people would say an instrument made by Watt could measure the laws of the universe itself. One day, astronomers even requested parts for their telescopes from him, and Watt's name soon became known not just in the small town of Greenock, but throughout the entire scientific world. Fact 3. The steam engine. In the 18th century, the old steam engines used in factories were weak and consumed too much fuel. People had lost hope that this mechanism could drive industry forward. But James Watt observed carefully. The steam was losing power because the same cylinder was being both heated and cooled. His ingenious idea was simple: the separate condenser. With this small innovation, steam energy was no longer wasted, and the engine worked far more powerfully and efficiently than before. Watt's invention set factories ablaze, powered mines, and made train whistles sound. For the first time, people realized that steam didn't just lift a kettle, it could move the entire world. And the beating heart of the Industrial Revolution was now James Watt's invention. Fact 4. The separate condenser invention. James Watt didn't just improve an engine. He invented a brilliant device called the separate condenser. At that time, the steam cylinder was both heated and cooled, causing a large amount of energy to be wasted. Watt thought, if there were a separate place to cool the cylinder, the engine could work faster and more efficiently. As a result, this seemingly small innovation sparked the Industrial Revolution. Factories began operating more powerfully, fuel consumption decreased, workers' lives changed, and the course of the world was shaped by Watt's invention. This simple yet ingenious idea made him irreplaceable in history. Fact 5. The concept of horsepower. James Watt didn't just improve engines. He also wanted people to understand them. At that time, people couldn't imagine the power of new inventions. Watt thought, how can I explain that this engine is too powerful for one person, yet still not enough for the whole factory? And then his legendary idea came: horsepower. He measured how much work a horse could do and compared that power to his engine. People could now easily understand the strength of steam engines. Workers in factories, mine owners, and technological geniuses discussed Watt's measurement and evaluated every new invention with this concept. Thus, a simple comparison became a revolutionary idea, and horsepower is now a unit recognized in every home and every machine. Fact 6. James Watt and the Watt unit. James Watt's life and inventions influenced not only his own time, but also future generations. One of his greatest achievements was improving the steam engine, yet his name still lives on today. Every time we measure the power of an electrical device, yes, that's right, the Watt unit was named in his honor. Imagine it. The lamps, computers, and televisions we use daily all carry his name. Watt could never have imagined that this small unit would one day change the world. Scientists, engineers, and technology enthusiasts Remember him not just as a scholar of the past, but as a symbol of the future. Every time we say 1 watt, we evoke the symbol of technical precision and power. Interestingly, Watt's name didn't remain only in science books. It lived in every step of the Industrial Revolution and technological advancement. This unit associated with his name showed that a person's invention and genius is not merely a historical record. It has the power to impact our daily lives. Every time our devices run, lights turn on, or trains move, James Watt's name and invention move with us. Thus, this small unit forever reminds us of a great man's story of changing the world and immortalizes James Watt's legacy. Fact 7. The bridge between science and industry. He was a bridge that connected science and industry. In the 18th century, science and practical life were often seen as separate worlds. Scientists worked on theories, while craftsmen built mechanisms for everyday use. Watt combined the two. He understood the laws of physics and applied them in the real world, inside factories. His improvements to steam engines were not just technical innovations. They completely transformed factories, mines, textile mills, and transportation systems. By merging science and practice, Watt's inventions became both efficient and durable. People no longer only studied laws from books, they could see Watt's engines in action. This bridge not only accelerated technology, but also increased faith in science, inspired innovation, and laid the foundation for the Industrial Revolution. James Watt left a lasting mark as both a scientist and a practical engineer. His name lives not only in technical books and measurement units, but also in the beating heart of industry. This bridge between science and industry reminds future generations of how vital invention and the power of knowledge truly are. Fact 8. Partnership with Matthew Boulton. James Watt could not have achieved greatness alone, but he found the perfect partner, Matthew Boulton. Boulton was a wealthy, influential businessman with exceptional skills, while Watt was a brilliant inventor. Together they founded the company Boulton and Watt, driving not just a few engines, but the entire Industrial Revolution. Boulton promoted Watt's technical ideas to the world, sold them to factory owners, and turned every new invention into practical reality. Watt, with Boulton's support, moved beyond the laboratory and spread the power of technology across England. This duo complemented each other, one's vision, the other's execution, making the Industrial Revolution faster and stronger. Without his partner Boulton, Watt's inventions might have remained only on paper. Their collaboration proved that genius combined with business acumen can change history. Every time a factory steam engine started running, the bridge of technology and friendship between Watt and Boulton was visible. Fact 9. James Watt and his transformation of industry. James Watt's improvements to the steam engine were not just technical innovations. They transformed entire industries. Factories could now operate without relying on manual labor or horsepower. Textiles, mining, and stonework. Every sector gained speed thanks to Watt's invention. People could produce goods for hours without exhaustion. The steam engine energized cities, factories, and transportation. Trains began to run, lights illuminated towns, and people felt the power of work. The beating heart of the Industrial Revolution was now Watt's invention. He didn't just improve an engine, he accelerated history and set the world in motion. Every deep hum of a factory, every turning gear reminds us of his legacy. Fact 10. James Watt's death. James Watt passed away in 1819 at the age of 83 in Scotland. But his death was not just the loss of a man. It symbolized the end of a genius who changed the world. The steam engines he created had powered the Industrial Revolution, bringing life to factories, mines, and railway lines. Watt's name will always be remembered alongside power, invention, and technological progress. His inventions and ideas influenced not only his own era, but also future generations. Every time an engine runs or a device receives power, the spirit and genius of James Watt are still with us. His death took him physically from us, but his legacy and inventions continue to live forever. And so, James Watt is not just the name of a scientist, he is the symbol of the genius who propelled the Industrial Revolution. His ideas, engines, and the concept of horsepower changed the world and inspired generations to come, If you want to learn more fascinating facts about incredible inventors and historical geniuses, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and continue the adventure with us. Every invention, every engine, every idea can change the world, and you can watch it happen.